Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Mazda 3 Turbo. This one's a carbon turbo hatchback, really cool spec. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Southtown Mazda here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this car. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.5-liter four-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 31 on the highway, with power outputs being 227 horsepower and then 310 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, starting with the hood, you guys can see pretty simplistic with the design, just flat there in the center and then it kind of falls off on either side. And then I love how the bezel for the headlight's been all blacked out, and then notice the grill's also been blacked out, but then you've got the silver there with the Mazda logo. And putting it all together, the contrast between the paint on this and the blacked out elements look really cool. And speaking of blacked out, look at these wheels. So 215, 45, 18 in the front and over in the rear. And they definitely match the overall theme of the car. Then you guys can see how the fender kind of pops out a little bit here. Notice the mirror cap also blacked out, and you can see this trim. Then yes, we do have a little bit of silver there at the bottom. And then here's your full side view with this particular Mazda 3. And then taking a look at the key fob, we have the Mazda logo here with the lock and unlock function on the side. And popping into the hatch, you guys can see you've got quite a bit of storage space. This is one of the benefits of the hatchback design, right? You got more vertical storage. We do have a cargo cover built in from the factory on top of that. And when you're all done, you can actually lock it from the back, but also just flip. Really cool taillight design here in the rear, and then you can see all the badges on the back, and then notice how it's blacked out on the bottom, and then you've got the dual exhaust tip set up as well. And putting it all together, let me guys think about the looks here with this Mazda 3. Now, popping inside, we've got soft touch here at the top, and then we've got it's like suede down below with the contrasted terracotta stitching, then more soft touch here with more of that cool stitching. And then that design continues onto the seats. You've got like the suede inserts there in the center. You can see the nice trim here on the outside finished in terracotta. And then legroom back here is really good. We have a little storage pocket there on that side. And of course, we have a cup holder armrest set up, and I really dig these seats. They're actually really comfortable as well. And then headroom back here, I mean, I'm almost touching the top. Now, taking a look at the front door panel, again, soft touch here, and then you guys can see with the insert there with the stitching, and then all the soft touch down below with more of that contrasted stitching. All of our window controls with our mirror adjustments, and I like this trim piece that goes into the door handle itself. And then there's a quick look at the mirrors that do have blind spot monitoring. And then taking a look at the front seat again with the inserts all down the center portion. Power adjustments there on the side. And you have stuff for the safety tech, your stability control, and then you've got more of that suede on the dash, it looks like. And then you've got your memory seat function down below. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got soft touch all around, and we also have stuff like our adaptive cruise control. We've got our volume and voice command controls as well, and then your traditional stocks there on the back. We've got Mazda's traditional 3-gauge layout, which if you press the info button on the steering wheel, will let you see different bits of information there with the center gauge. And then you do have a sport mode, which will pop up there in the center as well. And then in reverse, we do have a regular backup camera with trajectory lines, and resolution with it's actually really good. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, just like other new Mazdas, it is not controlled via touchscreen functionality at all. It's all controlled via a dial, but with the dial and the little keypad around it, it's really easy to use. And then we've got more soft touch here in the dash, and then more of that suede, and then this is also soft touch here as well. And then we've got our dual zone climate controls down below with some vents that go across, heated seats as well. And then we've got a wireless phone charging pad, we've got some cup holders here. And then you can see with the shifter there for the 6-speed automatic, also sport mode. And then this is the control for the infotainment system, including the volume control. And then you got your parking brake and your auto hold, and then center console, storage, USBs as well. I like how it slides, that's kind of cool. And the nice stitching here on the side. And then with the glove box, yeah, pretty big. And then last but not least, this does have a sunroof. Now here is the window sticker for the Mazda 3 Carbon Turbo. You guys can see all the standard equipment here, your base MSRP, and then here's our total MSRP, $34,340. And we're gonna take this out and drive it, but I also wanna mention, they happen to have some premium plus turbos as well. You can see that white one all the way down there. So if you guys want me to post a review on that, just like I have a review on this one, then I can do that. Just let me know in the comment section below, and then I can come back another day and do that for you guys. Let's drive it. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, we're actually gonna have to reverse that, but let us set off in the Carbon Turbo. And it's interesting that it's a little bit different than the CX-5 Carbon Turbo, because with the CX-5 you have the fender flares that are also painted gloss black, but the Mazda 3 doesn't have fender flares, so there's nothing to paint gloss black. I wonder if, I mean, let me know if you'd like that, if Mazda added fender flares to the 3 and then painted them black. I don't know if I'd like the Mazda 3 with fender flares or not. I'm kind of torn. I guess if they did like a wide, like big wide chunky fender flares, like a wide body kit, I think I might be down for that. But aside from that, seat comfort's really good. I like the suede quite a bit. It's really cool, actually. And steering wheel has a nice premium feel to it as well. We're not going super fast, but so far ride quality seems to be pretty comfortable. I like the grips on the steering wheel too. I think that's another positive with this. WRX, it's the enemy. It's the competitor. In a way, it really is. But see what the turn-in's like with this. Yeah, steering's really good. It's got pretty good feel to it. Ooh, torque is great. And it's not even sport mode, so I'll pop it over into sport mode now. It'll kind of make things a little bit more aggressive. I like the turn signal sound with Mazdas. It's just like chunky, if that makes sense. That's a really weird way to describe a turn signal sound, but that's just what it is. Woo! So much torque. So much torque. And the transmission's quick to shift too. So it's a really good experience overall with the acceleration. And again, this engine's all about torque, so it'll shift way before redline because it's just taking advantage of, again, 310 pound-feet is what Mazda states it at, but if you put premium in it, it's like 320 pound-feet of torque. Either way, it's a lot of torque. So to cap things off here with this Mazda 3 Turbo Hatchback, I really like the exterior color on this thing. It's really cool. I'm excited that Mazda's, you know, going outside of their soul red, black, white, and silver. They're doing some colors like this. I think it looks really sharp. I love the interior on this. I think that obviously, you know, fit and finish with modern Mazdas is fantastic. But yeah, just the materials, it feels very premium. And the price point this is out to performance, you can't get this with any other automaker. That's something that I really want to emphasize is, you know, every other automaker is going to charge you, I mean, nobody really offers anything like there's other hot hatches, right? But there's nothing that's like a luxury hot hatch at this price point, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's a really good value. I mean, like, you get a similar experience to what this provides in the Volkswagen Golf. Not with the GTI is not all-wheel drive, obviously, so you have to go up to the Golf R to get all-wheel drive. But the GTI has a similar luxury experience to this, but still more expensive. But yeah, with the Golf R, you're like $50,000 for all-wheel drive turbo hot hatch. So yeah, it's a really good value. But I guess the last thing that I will say with this review is a couple things. Again, if you guys want me to review another package, let me know and I can do that in the future. I can come back here another day. Mazda, throw a manual in this and you will sell so many more. Just put a manual in it. You don't have to change anything else. Just give the people a manual. That's all.